Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Senior Cat Wellness. Today it's all about your cat's recent sneezing, what's considered normal, and when it's time to seek professional attention and care. If your cat has started sneezing a bit more than usual, you might be wondering just what's going on. A few little sneezes here and there are okay and typically normal, and all is well and everything is fine, but when it becomes frequent, it's natural to worry. Just like humans, cats do sneeze for a variety of reasons, some of which are very harmless, and some may need a vet's attention. In this video, as mentioned, we'll explore why your cat might be sneezing, what the most common causes are, and how you can tell when it's time to seek that expert professional care. Let's start off with the basics, shall we? Sneezing is simply a body's way of clearing up irritants from the nasal passages. For cats, that can mean dust and pollen, perhaps a bit of dust from their litter box, a stray piece of fur. If your cat sneezes once in a while and seems perfectly healthy otherwise, no signs of lethargy, they're eating and drinking and using the restroom accordingly, it's probably nothing at all to worry about. It's just a passing sneeze, just like us, just like the rest of us, right? Just like we sometimes sneeze because there's a tickle in our nose, it doesn't mean we're sick. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It's just, hey, I sneeze. Just like, we all cough from time to time. However, if your pet sneezing becomes frequent and persistent, like it's a daily thing, every 10 minutes or so, if not a quicker clip than that, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like discharge from the nose or the eyes, coughing, lethargy, loss of appetite, not wanting to drink. It could be something a lot more serious. And one of the most common culprits behind all of this repeated sneezing, let's call it, is an upper respiratory infection. These infections are similar to the cold or flu in humans and are typically caused by viruses like the feline herpesvirus. URIs, as they are known, upper respiratory infections, are especially common in multi-cat homes and cat shelters, and with cats that have recently been adopted or exposed to other cats. If your cat is sneezing and has watery eyes and all these other visual symptoms, the nasal discharge or even a mild fever, a respiratory infection is likely. Fortunately, most viral infections are mild and sort of self-limiting. They can sort of clear up on their own over just a few days, but sometimes secondary bacterial infections can develop, which do require antibiotics or additional treatment from a professional, from your vet. Another possible reason for sneezing, and we know this one all too well as humans, right? Allergies, the allergy season. Although far less common in cats than us, some cats do react to environmental triggers like cigarette smoke, perfumes, colognes, cleaning sprays, dust, and back to the litter box again. Certain types of litter can trigger allergies. If you do notice that your cat is sneezing after cleaning, after you've cleaned, say clean the house, clean the living room, after you've lit some candles, or changes in the litter brands, is the litter a bit too thin and too dusty in nature. It could be an allergic response. Switching to a dust-free litter and using unscented cleaning products can make the world of difference when it comes to allergies. Dental disease, I've mentioned this a few times, and if you're a regular around here in order of publication, I've talked about the teeth and gums here and there quite a bit in the last week or so. But dental disease, it can be a cause of chronic sneezing. Might be a bit of a surprise, but the root of a cat's upper teeth are located very, very close to those nasal passages. So, if an infection develops in that area, in one of those roots, bacteria can spread, unfortunately, to the sinus cavity, which can cause inflammation and irritation, which leads to sneezing. If your cat also has bad breath and is drooling a bit, or say eats and chews on just one side of the mouth like they're protecting the other side because it hurts, it's worth having your cat's teeth and gums checked out by a vet. Foreign objects, although far less common, it's another reason your cat could be sneezing because felines do like to sniff at plants and small objects. A piece of grass, for example, or dust. If they get curious about things, they want to check out how something smells. So that could be irritate the nasal lining, and you might notice your cat's sneezing violently, like they're trying to force something out or pawing at the nose. In these cases, your vet may need to examine and remove this irritant. There could be something stuck in your cat's nasal passages. Chronic sneezing that is without an obvious cause, like the causes I mentioned here today, can be due to something more serious, unfortunately, like a fungal infection, perhaps a growth in the nasal passages. While these are less common, persistent sneezing that doesn't improve without an obvious indication of really what it is. If it lasts for days and weeks, even a month or so, without a known root cause, here again, you got to take your cat to the vet because something's going on here that is not sort of lining up with the normal causes, let's say. So it could be something going on within your cat's body, not necessarily just the nose. If your cat is sneezing occasionally but acting normal, like if they're having a one-off sneeze here and there, but they're eating and drinking and playing, keep an eye on them for a few days. But typically, in that regard, it's nothing really to worry about. But here again, keep an eye just to make sure. Keep their environment clean, especially during this time. A humidifier, if necessary, to ease any nasal irritation they could be experiencing, and wipe away any discharge that you see. Use a warm or a damp cloth to do that. But here again, if your cat's sneezing becomes constant and almost persistent, and if you've noticed colored discharge, or if they do become lethargic and stop eating and drinking and or wanting to just lay down and stay out of the action, it's time to, once again, it's time to see that vet. In this regard, a vet will likely perform a full physical exam. They'll check those teeth and the gums, check the nose for certain, and possibly recommend x-rays or different cultures to pinpoint the cause. But the good news overall is that most sneezing, even if there is an issue, can be treatable. All you have to do is figure out the root cause, and your vet will get to work on the diagnosis and the proper treatment in a timely fashion. Remember that every cat is very unique, and some sneeze more than others due to irritations, while some cats rarely sneeze ever. So pay attention to the patterns. Know your cat's baseline and how often your cat is sneezing. Say, what's the number count? What's your estimation of how long they sneeze within a half-hour period each day? And when it happens and there are other symptoms present with that sneezing, this can help your vet. So make some notes to present to your vet when you take them to the vet to give the vet an idea of exactly what you've been witnessing and experiencing. Overall, your cat sneezing, it's just the body's way of saying something's just not right, trying to get rid of some sort of irritant. Most of the time it's harmless, but your attentiveness and your attention is key to catching anything that's more serious, especially catching it in the early stages. A little awareness and some timely action can make all the difference in keeping your cat happy, healthy, and safe, and most importantly in this regard, breathing free and easy. To the wonderful audience of Senior Cat Wellness, the ball is now in your court. Your thoughts and perhaps your personal ownership stories in relation to this very topic. The comment section, as always, it's all yours. Is your cat a frequent sneezer? Is it due to allergies, diagnosed allergies, or perhaps a minor irritation that has an identifiable cause? Do you have other pets in the home, perhaps a new pet in the home, and one of your cats or your cat simply can't be around this specific pet for too long before they start to sneeze? Let me know your story. Again, that comment section, it's all yours. If you enjoyed this content and found it informative, please give the video a like, share it out, and subscribe to us right here at Senior Cat Wellness. Until next time, we will talk to you later.